Hello, welcome to this How to Shoot a Bow and Arrow tutorial. Before we begin, we are going to assume that you have properly strung your bow, you are right-handed, and that you have the appropriate armor on. We are going to begin by the first step, and that would be to place the arrow on the string. You will notice when you look at your arrow that you have 3 feathers, but 2 colors. In this example to the right, there are 2 pink feathers, but 1 black. The black one you cannot see because it will need to be facing away from you. Now you will notice that the arrow is also resting on a small plastic flap on the bow, which is the dark part in the picture. And then you will also need to clip the small orange piece, although it will not always be orange on all arrows, underneath the small metal nock. There are 2 techniques to pulling the string back. You have the 3 under technique and the 2 under 1 over technique. Now you will notice that you do not want to wrap your fingers around the string. This is not good form. You will only want to pull the string back with the meat of your fingers only up to the first knuckle. You will notice in the 3 under technique that you have your index, middle, and ring fingers below the arrow. In the 2 under 1 over technique, you have your index finger above the arrow and the metal piece, if you look carefully, and then your middle and ring fingers below. We will talk about your anchor point, and the anchor point is simply how far you will pull the string back. Now there are 2 points that archers typically use for their anchor points, and one of them is the corner of their mouth, and then the other one is next to the jaw, or rather at the jaw under their ear. However, you can have a mix of it being at your cheek. It's just whatever you're comfortable with, because the anchor point is used for accuracy. Last step is stance and aiming. The only thing for stance that you need to be careful about is to have your feet approximately shoulder width apart, and you will obviously need to turn your face toward the target. In order to aim, one good way to start is to look down the arrow and follow it through. However, everybody aims differently, and it just depends on personal preference. You will need to practice to determine your anchor point and how you aim, and also to increase your arm strength. Very good, and well done. You've completed this How to Shoot a Bow and Arrow tutorial.